Good morning, and here is Craft, which is a Mac productivity app that won countless App Store awards from Apple, became Mac App of the Year in 2021, and recently it got a major update that completely changed how I use it as a YouTuber. In this video, I will carefully review Craft, and by the end you will know exactly, is it actually that good? And I will start with a quick overview of the app. First of all, what is Craft? As I mentioned, it is a productivity app, to be exact a note-taking app that also has task management and daily notes for journaling. So it is basically Apple Notes, Apple Reminders and Apple Journal in one app. And you might think this is another productivity cash grabber I don't need. I thought exactly the same as well. But after trying out Craft, I actually understood how well crafted this app is. Yeah, sounds awkward, but you get the point. I mean that the app has liquid gloss design, silky smooth animations, and anything you might need for notes, from tags and folders to styling your documents. So it's the exact definition of Albert Einstein's quote: "Imagination is more important than knowledge." But surely the app must have downsides, because any app has, right? Let's find out by looking at its features. Craft is separated into three parts: notes, tasks, and the calendar. Let's look at each of them one by one. The notes part is something in between Apple Notes and Notion. If you don't know, Notion is an overcomplicated note-taking app that has databases and works bad on the iPod. Craft is the perfect middle ground for notes. It allows you to capture ideas, write distraction-free, and make it all simple just like in Apple Notes. But on the other hand, it can get more complex like Notion if you want it to be. For example, it has these fancy collections, which are like small databases for your knowledge. By the way, they are part of the major update I mentioned at the beginning. We will get to it. I use them for organizing my video production. Next goes the tasks section, which is very similar to Apple Reminders. You can schedule tasks, get notifications, and so on. But what makes Craft special is that if you create a note with tasks, it will be displayed in the tasks section. Yeah, genius. But it isn't very handy for something like a grocery list though, because it gets mixed with your other tasks. Finally, the calendar, which essentially displays your calendar events from Apple Calendar and allows you to create daily notes, which can be used for journaling. Moving on to the major update Craft recently got. Basically, it's a series of updates after version 3 that brought collections I mentioned earlier, proper task management that finally made me quit Apple Reminders, and tags for notes, which I don't really use. Yeah, a bummer. But this update got Craft in the charts of the App Store, so it was really good after all. But I still haven't answered the question, is Craft worth it? And my answer will depend on the pricing, because after all, the cash decides it all. So let's look at the pricing of Craft. The app has a very generous free plan, which has only one limitation: 10 notes, and you get 2 more with every new week. Yeah, not very generous. Also, Craft has a Plus plan, which costs about $8 a month and doesn't have any limitations. And cherry on top, it is free for students. More on that in the description of the video. And Craft has a family plan and a team plan, which I wouldn't advise you to buy unless, you know, you have a family or a team. So the conclusion of this video: why did I steal 5 minutes of your life? I'm kidding. Is Craft actually worth it? I would say yes, because it is by far the best productivity app I've tried. It gets new features consistently, and there is a reason why it won so many awards from Apple. Just like there is a reason why you should check out this dynamic island app for Mac, I will tell you all about in this video next. I will see you there. Think different.